Alright, is this thing going? This is What's Up Dave for Monday, September 4, 2017. And just catching up with some stuff I've been up to, some stuff I bought. So what's new? I got this this thing, I don't know if you can see it. I'm wearing this kind of brace thing. And it's not a brace that holds you into place. But it actually has like a sensor. This is a Kickstarter thing called the Backbone. And when you turn this thing on, you sync it to your phone, and I think it has some sort of position sensor. Let me see if I can get the app running. So, I wonder if I can share this. No, I can't. What I need to do is... Let's see. So I need to find the app now. Put it under monitoring, Backbone. And so what you do is, this has some kind of like position sensor in it. And it's designed to let you know when you're slouching. So it makes you aware. So you're supposed to sit up straight. I guess I had to put this thing in this pouch that's right here. Oops. I'll calibrate, hopefully. Oops, it already started. And it's already complaining about all sorts of things. Let's see, is there a calibration setting? My Backbone. Let's see a calibration. It's useless. Anyway, this is a Kickstarter that was... Let's see if it can... So it says, sit up straight while the Backbone calibrates. So I'm sitting up straight, or trying to. And so here you can see that, I don't know if this camera is, but there's like a little meter on it. So if I slouch, it goes like this and it'll buzz. And it's buzzing right now. Then if I sit up straight, then it's more, alright, so I set for 5 minutes, so we'll see what happens while I'm doing this thing. So I am finishing up some projects this week, hopefully, so I can get on to other things, which is to finish rewriting the synchronization for some video playback synchronized with simulation data. And we had implemented it as a proof of concept before, but there's performance issues with it that I'd like to, oops, I'm slouching, I'd like to clear up. So I spent much of last week just making a diagram of the existing system, so I'm going to grab that. Hey kitty. Ugh, this thing stops buzzing, keeps buzzing. Boy, it hates me. Really? Oh, so shoulders back. I guess I am slouching. I had no idea. So I have this box thing. I got this at Walmart when I was... It's a box that has this clipboard in it. So right now I just stuffed it with all the stuff I want to look at later. I'm not sure. I thought I was going to use this for... oh wait, no, this is the wrong box. This is the box of stuff that's for fun to look through later. So let me go get the other box. So I've been trying to figure out the systems for managing various paperwork loads. So I have this chore list thing now, which I'm hanging up over on the side, back of the side of that Calyx unit. So these are things that I want to do that I need to remember. Actually gives you the property taxes. Slouching again. Well, I slouch a lot. But also in the rest of these papers are things that are related to work. And what I'm looking for is the diagram I printed out, which hopefully is here. Yes, here it is. I don't know if you can see this. But this is essentially an outline of all the modules and all the system calls that are happening across the network. Because multiple things are being coordinated, and before I could not hold this all in my head. And so I managed to distill it down into a reference now that's an anchor. So now I can actually think about how to solve the problem. Before, like, it would be a matter of, like, where do I put it? And I might have just put it in the first place that seemed like I knew where it was going to happen, but it would have been in the wrong place. Because I can see the logic of it, and I can see where some things might move around and be improved. So this took maybe 10 hours to put together, but I didn't build all of it. But it was essential for me to at least get my head around this. And it was an interesting exercise just to work on for the visualization. The part I didn't build was like fiddling around with the formatting and trying to figure out a syntax that would work for describing the kinds of actions that happened in a compact but still parsable way. So that was kind of a fun design thing. It feeds in well with my obsession with documentation. So that's what's going on with that. Other than the work stuff, man, I am not used to sitting up straight, apparently. I don't know if you can hear this thing buzzing. It's buzzing again! Oh, and it's also, there's an alert that's coming up. Every time I slouch, an alert comes up. Bad posture detected. Fix your posture so you look and feel your best. I'm still slouching, what? I think maybe I calibrated this wrong. This feels like I'm straight, but maybe I'm not. Anyway, what else is going on? Let's see, let me check in the chat room. I put my accountability stuff in there. So let's switch the screen. And in the accountability room, I wrote for today. Oh yeah, I've been optimizing my hard disk on the PC. I was going to install a new hard drive. You know, I think I need to recalibrate this thing. Oh, it's done. Okay, we're going to turn that off. And for Monday, billable, I'll need to do invoices, check in at noon, a couple hours to go over some new stuff. And then there's the improved stuff. One thing I decided to do is, as far as to-do lists go, I find that I'm not doing really well with saying I'm going to do a specific thing at a certain time, especially if that thing is kind of optional or just for my own benefit and no one else needs it. Because then it's kind of a, well, I can do it if I feel like it thing. And I also don't like the feeling of having to do things. So I changed the way I've been writing these down. So if you look at the Friday one, maybe that's not a good example. If I look at this one, there's specific things. Calibrate stove temperature settings, plan, marketing shoot, blah, blah, blah. So this is a good one. Plan, marketing, photo shoot, pick a Patreon project to work on, journal the plan. Now I've changed that into just something that's more general, like improve the marketing and improve the Patreon site. And I think I'm trying this out, I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but the theory is that by being more freeform and just saying I want to improve something, any improvement is better than procrastinating on a specific task that seems boring. It could be, I think, something more interesting to do, that ETP marketing. Now, it's not a way to, I think, get to the... Well, it's not a way to do something according to a plan, but part of this whole end of the year has been figuring out a way to be productive without planning, without task creation, without time management. If I could pull that off, that would be amazing. So I am investing some time seeing if this impossibility is perhaps possible after all. So what else is going on? That's about it. I've been cleaning up the living room. One of the new modes of operation I have. Maybe I didn't talk about these modes. I had a theory a while ago called these executive modes I'm in. And this one, I have them on the screen right now. So what these modes are mindsets, particularly the failure of the mind to get something done. Mode 1 is when I feel like doing something interesting and necessary, which is kind of like my default state. So if I'm interested in doing something, like I want to check this thing out, or I want to look at, if my interest and curiosity is there, I'd have no problem motivating myself to do it. It gets worse when mode 2 is when I have to do something specific and I'm delaying on it. And the next 3 modes, mode 2 and 3, or the next 2 modes, is when my emotions are telling me, like, yeah, I don't want to do this, this sucks. I let the emotions rule my ability to act. So when I'm aware that's happening, what I can do is I can say, alright, emotions, go away for a bit. And then I will just engage my rational mind and say, like, alright, so we'll do these things, and try to present a reasonable course of action. When that fails, I go into mode 3. These are kind of like run levels in Unix, I guess. And mode 3 is recognizing that I'm stuck. Neither the emotions or the rational mode is working. So then I put the body in charge and say, okay, body, like the brain isn't working at all today. So go do something body-like move someplace, or move a leg, or go eat something, or go to the bathroom. And in mode 3, at least I get moving. And I find that motion sometimes begets continued action. Mode 4 is when that fails. And then what I try to do then is just put myself in the vicinity of the chore. So like for yesterday I was going to clean out the basement, and I put it off for like 12 hours. I didn't even go into the basement. And finally I said, there's got to be some way around this, and like, let's call that mode 4, and I went downstairs and just stood there for a while. And as I stood there, I said, like, I'll be here for 5 minutes, and that's, if after 5 minutes like I just end up leaving, then that was what today's basement cleanup was. But as it turned out, like I started remembering the things I wanted to do down there, and I just picked some stuff up and got something done. So mode 4 was a success. Mode 5, 6, and 7 are theoretical modes I haven't really tried, but are based on past experiences. Mode 5, for example, is just to open up the relevant files and stuff. And mode 6 is just, if I can't even do that, just gather some stuff that's related to the work, so it's all in one place, so the next time I address the task, at least everything I need is in one place. I can just sit down and start working on it. It's kind of like lowering the threshold. And mode 7 is the mode where everything is working. And I reserved mode 7 for that because it's based on an old SNES graphics mode, a Super Famicom Nintendo Entertainment System. Mode 7 was the coolest mode because you could do all these cool graphical effects that you couldn't do before. And so that's kind of like, oh, mode 7, it's awesome, And so that's me being old. So I think the rest of this week, as far as chore-y stuff goes, and kind of figure out where some homes of things go. For example, like over here, I have this stock of books. I need to clean out the bookshelf area downstairs in the basement, so I have some place to put them. And then over behind me, there's like little projects, like that box I was just showing you with full of all the stuff. That needs to be processed and put someplace. And that's kind of a documentation project. And that's related to making the new website and so forth. One other thing I did do this weekend was like really optimize the kitchen much better, clean out the refrigerator. I bought a ton of vegetables because this diet I'm on right now is like, it's like more heavy on vegetables than I thought. It's Atkins, and with Atkins I associate Atkins with eating lots of meat. But there's a certain number of net carbs you need to have every day, like 15 grams of them. It turns out like one net carb of these green leafy vegetables that you're supposed to eat is like this huge bundle of thing. I have no idea how I'm going to eat 15 of them. So that's something I need to work out as well. Like so far it's been 2 weeks on this diet and I've lost 7 pounds, which is better than nothing, I guess, but I was kind of hoping for at least 10. So we'll see, because I had not really dialed in like what it really takes to be on the Atkins Induction plan, and stick to that. And also drink enough water. But I have some systems in place in the kitchen. Kitchen counter space is much more clear, so I can prepare meals and stir fry stuff. I've been making some pretty good tasting stir fries, so that's pretty exciting to get working on that again. I did order a bunch of stuff just because it was end of the month and I felt like I needed some sort of treat. The major expense one is I finally ordered a chamber vacuum sealer, a VacMaster 112S. Usually these are the MSRP on this is like $749. I was like, I can't really afford that, or I'm not sure if it's worth it. But the price right now is on sale for about $470, which is a significant price off even the usual like retail price you see, around $650 or so. You know, so it's a significant amount of money off. And it occurred to me that I could replace this whole giant ugly pile of Tupperware that's in my kitchen by using the vacuum sealer. And the vacuum sealer opens up a few other potential possibilities, like I can make larger batches of food that I like and then vacuum seal those. Individual portions, instead of like having a big ugly Tupperware thing that gets moldy and they can't freeze it. I can make individual reheat and eat packs with this. The bags for this system are super cheap too. You know, the sealer is expensive, but the bags are like, you know, they're like 5 or 6 cents a piece. And you can also, with a vacuum chamber sealer, you can also seal soups. So I can make bunches of curry. Instead of eating it all in one sitting because it's too accessible, I can vacuum those things up and then put them in the freezer and then just not eat them constantly and get fat when I can eat curry again anyway. And the other thing is I can buy meats in bulk and I can just vacuum seal those instead of using the freezer paper thing that I'm doing, which is kind of a pain in the butt. Well, so we'll see. I think this is going to be a good investment. Not only will it reorganize my space a little bit more, but it opens up sous vide, it opens up cooking larger batches of food, it opens up saving things in individual meal-sized portions, and it makes it easier for me to share food with people because I can bring it to places in these little bag things. So I think that's about it for What's Up, Dave. For today, we'll check in maybe next week or later if something cool happens. My major concern this week is just getting the system work done, because it's been hanging over my head for a long time. I would like to switch to something else. It's work I didn't really want to take on, but it was necessary to bring this system, the video system, more tightly integrated into our software. But I guess it's an educational experience. So with that, I bid you a good week. Thanks for watching, and hope you're having a good time. Let me know what you guys are working on, and you have to send me a link or something like that, and we can look at it online and have a good time. Take care. Bye. Send me a link. Take care. Okay.